Today we are going to learn about interest. There are many situations when we need more money than we have. For example, a trader not having enough money for starting a new business, shopkeeper for buying new goods, a farmer to buy new seeds and agricultural goods. In such a situation, they borrow money from an institution like a bank, post office, or any person. The amount borrowed or lent to us is called the principal. The lender and the borrower agree on certain conditions, such as the amount of additional money to be returned along with the principal at the time of returning, etc. We call this extra money as interest. Interest is often paid as percentage of principal for a certain period of time. For example, 12% per annum means that for every rupees 100 of principal, there will be rupees 12 interest for 1 year. The total amount to be returned by adding principal and interest is called amount. When we deposit money in the bank also gives us some interest on it, which depends on the time and the rate of interest. When we talk about interest, there are two types: simple interest and compound interest. In the previous class, we understood simple interest. Let's revise it. Suppose we borrow rupees 1000 from bank at the rate of 10% per annum for 2 years. Let us find out the value of simple interest. Here, the rate of interest is 10% per annum. That is, on rupees 100, interest for 1 year is rupees 10. In this way, the interest of 1 year on rupees 1 will be rupees 10 by 100. Similarly, the interest for 1 year on rupees 1000 will be rupees 10 by 100 multiplied by 1000 is equal to rupees 100. Since the simple interest for 1 year is rupees 100, the interest for 2 years will be 2 multiplied by rupees 100 is equal to rupees 200. We can also calculate simple interest using formula I is equal to P multiplied by R multiplied by T divided by 100, where I is simple interest, P is principal, R is rate of interest and T is time. In this way, I is equal to 1000 rupees multiplied by 10 divided by 100 multiplied by 2, which is equal to 200 rupees. In this way, the amount A returned by the trader will be principal plus interest, which is equal to rupees 1000 plus rupees 200 is equal to rupees 1200. So today we have learned about interest. In the next video, we will learn about compound interest. Today we will learn compound interest. In the previous video, we learned what is interest as well as we also overviewed the simple interest. Let's understand the compound interest today. The simple interest is derived on the principal and is same for each year, whereas the compound interest, abbreviated as CI, is obtained on the total amount of the previous year. In this way, compound interest increases year after year. Let us understand this with an example. Suppose we borrowed rupees 1000 from the bank at the rate of 10% per annum for 2 years. But this time we took them at compound interest. First, we will find out how much money will be there at the end of 1 year. We will use this formula to get interest. SI is equal to PRT divided by 100. Here, the principal of first year is P1 is rupees 1000. The rate of interest is R is 10%. and time t is 1 year. In this way, interest for first year is SI1 is equal to rupees 1000 multiplied by 10 multiplied by 1 divided by 100 is equal to rupees 100. In this way, at the end of first year, the amount A1 will be principal P1 plus interest of first year is equal to rupees 1000 plus rupees 100 is equal to rupees 1100. Now, let's calculate interest for second year. In terms of simple interest, the principal is the same for each year, but in terms of compound interest, the interest is calculated on the total amount of the previous year. That is, amount A1 of first year will be the principal P2 for the second year. In this way, simple interest for second year SI2 is equal to rupees 1100 multiplied by 10 multiplied by 1 divided by 100 is equal to rupees 110. In this way, compound interest for both years CI is SI1 plus SI2 is equal to rupees 100 plus rupees 110 is equal to rupees 210. Here, after 2 years, amount is A2 is equal to principal of second year P2 plus interest of second year SI2 is equal to rupees 1100 plus rupees 110 is equal to rupees 1210. Here we can write P2 as P1 plus SI1. Therefore, A2 is equal to P1 plus SI1 plus SI2, which can also be written as A2 is equal to P1 plus CI. In this way, now if we subtract principal from A2 of the second year, then we get compound interest CI, that is, CI is equal to rupees 1210 minus rupees 1000 is equal to rupees 210. In this way, we can calculate compound interest in different ways. To calculate compound interest, we use formula A is equal to P multiplied by 1 plus R by 100 bracket raised to the power n. Here, P is principal, R is rate of interest, and n represents the time period. From the given example, A is equal to P into bracket 1 plus R by 100 bracket raised to the power n is equal to rupees 1000 into bracket 1 plus 10 by 100 bracket raised to the power 2 is equal to rupees 1210, and CI is equal to A minus P is equal to rupees 1210 minus rupees 1000 is equal to rupees 210. We will learn about this formula in the next video. So, today we have learned about compound interest. In the next video, we will find out the formula for compound interest. Today we will learn the formula for compound interest. In the previous video, we learnt about compound interest. Let us now find the formula for compound interest. Consider the principal P1 is borrowed for 2 years on R% rate of interest per annum. Let's find the compound interest on this. For first year, SI1 is equal to P1 multiplied by R multiplied by 1 by 100 is equal to P1R by 100, and amount A1 is equal to P1 plus SI1, means P1 plus P1R by 100 is equal to P1 into bracket 1 plus R by 100. In this way, amount at the end of first year will be A1 is equal to P1 into bracket 1 plus R by 100. This amount will be the principal for second year, means P2 is equal to A1 is equal to P1 into bracket 1 plus R by 100. For second year, SI2 is equal to P2 multiplied by R by 100. For P2, we can take P1 into bracket 1 plus R by 100. Therefore, SI2 is equal to P1 into bracket 1 plus R by 100 multiplied by R by 100. Along with this, we get SI2 is equal to P1 R by 100 multiplied by 1 plus R by 100. And the amount at the end of second year is A2 is equal to P2 plus SI2. We will write value of P2 and SI2 as this. If we take P1 into bracket 1 plus R by 100 as common, then we can write A2 is equal to P1 into bracket 1 plus R by 100 into bracket 1 plus R by 100 means P1 into bracket 1 plus R by 100 bracket raised to the power 2. We see that power in amount 1 plus R by 100 for first year is 1 and power of amount for second year is 2. So, can you now tell me if we have to find the amount for third year, then what will be the formula? Think. Perfect. The formula would be, similarly, if we have to calculate amount for time period of n years, then we can write formula as an is equal to P1 into bracket 1 plus R by 100 bracket raised to the power n. Generally, we can write this as A is equal to P into bracket 1 plus R by 100 bracket raised to the power n, where P is the starting principal and A is the amount. Now, we can find the compound interest by subtracting the principal of first year from the amount received at the end of the time period. So, CI is equal to A minus P. Now consider P is equal to rupees 5,000, R is 10% per annum and N is equal to 2 years. And we need to find out compound interest, then we can use this formula. A is equal to P into bracket 1 plus R by 100 bracket raised to the power n is equal to rupees 5,000 into bracket 1 plus 10 by 100 bracket raised to the power 2 is equal to 6,050 rupees. Now CI is equal to A minus P is equal to rupees 6,050 minus rupees 5,000 is equal to rupees 1,050. In this way, you can calculate compound interest from the formula. So, today we learned the formula for compound interest. In the next video, we will learn more about compound interest from some examples. Today we will see some examples related to compound interest. Sakshi borrowed rupees 1 lakh from the bank at the rate of 8% per annum for time period of 1.5 years. If interest is calculated half yearly, then find out the compound interest. In this example, we are given that compound interest is getting compounded half yearly. This means that the interest is calculated for each half year. To get the principal of next 6 months, the principal and the interest received for the past 6 months are added. In this way, the time period after which the interest is added to the previous principal each time to create a new principal is called the conversion period. When interest is compounded half yearly, there are 2 conversion periods, each half year in a full year. In such situation, the half yearly rate is half the annual rate. In this way, here there will be 3 conversion period in 1.5 years and half yearly rate will be 8% divided by 2 is equal to 4%. Now, let's solve this question. First, we will calculate amount related to compound interest CI. Formula for amount is A is equal to P into bracket 1 plus R by 100 bracket raised to the power n. Here, principal P is equal to rupees 1 lakh, rate of interest is 4% half yearly, and conversion period n is equal to 3. Therefore, A is equal to rupees 1 lakh multiplied by 1 plus 4 by 100 bracket raised to the power 3. Solving this, we get A is equal to rupees 1,12,486.40. Since CI is equal to A minus P, therefore CI is equal to rupees 1,12,486.40 minus rupees 1 lakh is equal to rupees 12,486.40. Means after 1.5 years, Sakshi will pay 1,12,486.40 rupees, in which compound interest will be 12,486.40 rupees. Next example. The population of city in the year 2000 was 51,200. If it increases at annual rate of 12.5%, then what will be the population of that city after 3 years? Every year, there is an increase of 12.5% in the population. Let's understand its meaning. If we consider the population of 2000 as A, then after 1 year, it will be A plus 12.5% of A. This new population will again increase by 12.5%. In this way, here we can say that the population is compoundly increasing. In such a situation, we can find the population after 3 years with the help of compound interest formula. Here, P is equal to 51,200, R is equal to 12.5% and N is equal to 3. A is equal to P into bracket 1 plus R by 100 bracket raised to the power n. By placing values in the formula and solving the expression, we get a result as 72,900. Pause the video and see how the operations have been simplified. In this way, the population of the city after 3 years will be 72,900. So today we saw examples on compound interest. In the next video, we will clear up some misconceptions on this. Today we will see some misconceptions related to compound interest. Misconception 1. Identify whether the given statement is true or false. Interest can never be greater than the principal. Students often think that interest can never be greater than the principal, but this is a misconception. Actually, the amount of interest may be larger than the principal. Therefore, option 1 is the wrong answer and option 2 is correct. Let us understand in which case the amount of interest can be larger than the principal. Suppose Sunil deposits 10,000 rupees in the bank for 10 years at the rate of 10% compound interest. Let's find out how much interest he will get after 10 years. Here, P is equal to rupees 10,000, R is equal to 10% per annum, and T is equal to 10 year. Means here N is equal to 10. We know that A is equal to P multiplied by 1 plus R by 100 bracket raised to the power n, where variable A is total amount, P is principal, R is rate of interest, and N represents time period. In this way, A is equal to 10,000 rupees multiplied by 1 plus 10 by 100 bracket raised to the power 10, which is equal to rupees 10,000 multiplied by 1 plus 1 by 10 bracket raised to the power 10, which is equal to rupees 10,000 multiplied by 11 by 10 bracket raised to the power 10. With the help of calculator, we get approximate value of 11 by 10 bracket raised to the power 10 as 2.593742. In this way, A is equal to 10,000 rupees multiplied by 2.593742 is equal to 25,937.42 rupees. Since compound interest is equal to amount minus principal, which is equal to 25,937.42 rupees minus 10,000 rupees is equal to 15,937.42 rupees. So, tell me, is the interest greater or smaller than the principal? In such situations, you will find that interest can be greater than the principal. Misconception 2. A loan of rupees 15,000 is borrowed for 1 year at the rate of 8% per annum compound interest. If the interest is compounded at every 3 months, find how much money will have to be paid to pay off the loan. While solving such questions, some children do not pay attention to the conversion period. They take the interest rate 8% and time 1 year and solve the question, from which they get the answer of rupees 16,200. So they select option 1, which is a wrong answer. Some children change the conversion period but forget to change the rate of interest. Similarly, some children change the rate of interest but forget to change the conversion period. The conversion period here is quarter. Since the interest will be compounded 12 by 3 is equal to 4 times in a year, we say that the conversion period in a given time, that is 1 year, will be 4 multiplied by 1 is equal to 4. That is, we have taken n is equal to 4. Since interest is calculated 4 times in a year, we have to take 8% divided by 4 is equal to 2% for every 3 months. Now, we can get the payable amount with the help of this formula. By putting values in it, we will get the total amount of 16,236.48 rupees. Hence, option 4 is the correct answer. Today we have seen some misconceptions related to compound interest.